Hello, welcome to Trisha's Cards and Crafts, and today, Wednesday, I have been doing up till now watercolour Wednesdays, but I'm just going to carry on with colouring rather than watercolouring. And today I'm going to make a pink version of this card. Don't know whether you can see that. Okay, it's using this stamp set here, Cradled in Love. It's got some nice sentiments and they mix and match. You can put baby boy, baby girl, whatever you want to. You've got the little cradle and the mobile holder and mobile mat for it to sit on. You've got a little elephant and a little bottle. There's some lovely little images in this, and this is a Saleabration set, which is a free set with every £45 you spend on the annual catalogue, the mini catalogue, or the online exclusives. So let's get on and make this. I'm using a 5x7 card base and an envelope to match, and this time I'm going to use some bubble bath card here, and I've already cut out this piece here, only because I need to use my larger die cutting machine, and I just thought it'd be quicker. But so I've got it here now. I cut it out, and then I've sort of stuck it to with some post-it note tape to the actual die so that it doesn't move, because I'm going to colour in the background. I don't know whether you can see it very well, but it is just coloured, but it leaves a little bit of a white border around. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so that's why I'm leaving the die on the card. Okay, so let's just cut this to the right size. So the card is 5x7, so I'm going to cut this to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and this I'm using bubble bath for this. 6 3/4. There we go. So that's my base piece. Now what I did with the other one, and I'm going to do it again, I stamped the little elephants all the way around. I got the idea for this card from, I think it's Karen Hadler from Australia, and I'd seen something similar to this, but she didn't use the same dies or anything. She used, I think, the perennial postage dies that are out at the moment, but I'm using the scalloped contour dies, and this is the largest of those. I was thinking I might have used some ribbon and woven it around, but I didn't. I ran out of time. So and I also didn't have the right colour that I wanted either, so not balmy blue anyway. Okay, so let's get on and make this card. So I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper underneath, just because I'd probably stamp off a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to use this, and I've got bubble bath and I've got fresh freesia, and I think I'm going to use the fresh freesia to do this one, because I don't know why, but the bubble bath tends to disappear very quickly, especially even when you're using it tone on tone. So I'm going to use the fresh freesia for this one. It's not terribly dark, so it's just going to make it a little bit darker than it would be otherwise, so they will stand out a little bit more perhaps than the ones on the blue card. Now I'm not going to go all the way over the card, just around the outsides, because I will be putting my focal image in the middle, so that's fine. I'm not doing these in any particular placements or anything like that, so I'm going on and off the card, so it's not all in the same place, and they won't all be in any regular pattern or anything like that. Hopefully they're going to be sort of random. I'm not sure exactly how much of this is going to be covered, so I'm probably going to be going in further than I need to. but it doesn't matter. As I say, no one's going to see what's underneath anyway, so that's not going to hurt. There we go, I think that's enough. So that's those are my little elephants. So I'll put this on top so you can see I've covered enough space that they'll be, all the ones that I've printed, stamped will be seen. So now I can concentrate on this. I'm going to do the blending afterwards. I think this one, the one before I did it first, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to stamp the mat with my fresh freesia. I'm going to put this down here. Okay, the colours I'm using to colour them in, I'm using some alcohol ink pens, my blender pens, stampin blends, but I'm going to just use the bubble bath for this one. I'm not going to be using the fresh freesia to colour these in as well. I could do, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put my elephant down here as well. He's going to go in the middle. Don't worry about seeing through him, that's fine. And then I'm going to use some, on the other one that I did, I used the pecan pie, which I'm going to carry on and use again to do the cradle and the mobile and the hook that the mobile is standing on. So there's two little gaps here either side, and they are sort of holes so that you can put the cradle on top of those, so that it looks as though it's standing on the mat. So there we go. I've got my elephant. Oh, great. And I've got brown one. Never mind. We'll cover that up with something. Don't worry. And then I've got my hook and my mobile on the same stamping block. And this is going to go here. And then the mobile will go there. There we go. So we have all of those stamped. I'm going to stamp on here with my fresh freesia again, because it's a bit darker and I want it to show up. I'm going to use the Bundle of Joy stamp on the front, and on the inside of the card I'll put Welcome Little One. There we go. So that's there, that's done. Now I'm going to colour them in, and again I'm colouring them in with blends. It doesn't matter which way around you do it. I'm just going to do the cradle first. Now there are lines on here which show where the shading is, and some of it does come through a little bit when you are using it. That's the nice thing about these stamps, is that they actually show you where you need to shade. So I will go back in afterwards. I didn't last time, but I'll go in with the darker pen afterwards. This is the light pecan pie, so it matches the colour of the ink that I used. That's the lovely thing about Stampin' Up. You can get all the different types of colouring that you might want to do, all the different sorts of inks. You got the blender pens, the stamping blends, you've got the markers, the stamping markers, and they all come, and the paper, the card, everything. If you use the DSP, everything comes in the same colour, so you can match everything up. That's the one really great thing about Stampin' Up products. you can actually match everything. So you've got the ink, you've got the blender pens, you've got the Stampin' Right markers, you've got them all, and you can use all, and they all go together really nicely. They all match. So if one thing that you've got has pecan pie in it, you know that you'll be able to match it up with the ink and the blends, all of them. So you've got, with the blends, you get light and dark in the same colour, so that you can shade, so you can use them to shade with. And with the alcohol pens, it's the same with any alcohol pens, you don't see the lines. So if you do lots of lines like I'm doing at the moment, you don't actually see them. Once they've dried, they disappear, which I think is great. That. So I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can so that I don't keep you any longer than I have to. And hopefully you'll stay till the end of the video. If you do enjoy the videos, please give them a thumbs up and let me know. I've done that wrong, but never mind. I've done it now. Because I do appreciate it. If you enjoy them, please let me know. Again, if you've got any suggestions of anything you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to use either the products that you want or do a technique that you'd like to see, anything like that, and I will have a go as far as I can. Okay, nearly there. Right, so that's the light pecan pie. I'm going to use the dark just to do some shading, but I'm not going to go over the top with that because I don't want it too dark anyway. There we go, and then a little bit along the top, and I'm just dabbing the pen where the stamp shows extra little lines for the shading. So that's all I'm doing with that. And then if it's bamboo or whatever, you've got your little darker lines with the, so if you can, hopefully you can see that there's not a lot on there, but there is some. I'm also going to do just a little bit on the tops of these rails, because if the light was coming down from the top, there would be some darkness at the top there. Not a lot, just a little bit of shade in there. And then the back legs, I think, should be a bit darker, just so that you can see that they're behind, and they would be dark because they'd be underneath. A little bit along there at the top. There we go. And I'll just go over some of these just to blend them in a little bit, because you don't want to see lines or necessarily, or even dots really, but this will just blend them in a little bit more. So you can go over with alcohol pens more than once, and it helps to blend the colours together. There we go. So that's all of those. I'm going to use my light bubble bath for the matte. The cradle is sitting on. And I'll use some dark for the elephant. I might just have to stamp over the elephant afterwards. We'll see how we get on. There we go. And here we go. I think he stands out enough really. So there we go, that's my elephant. And I'm going to do the stripes in the darker colour. There's stripes on the blanket, I'll show you in a second. There we go. And then I use the light to do the rest of the blanket. And I'll do the little blanket that's at the bottom, or the mattress or whatever it is, in the light as well. I might just put some dark just at the bottom. Where they would be shading. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight Dark to do the sun and the moon. I used the light, oh dear, I used the light on the other card and I didn't think it showed up enough. I'm going to go over with the light and see if it makes it a little bit lighter. It won't straight away, but hopefully it will brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm using some boho blue light and, I think it's boho blue, yeah, light and dark for the whale. I do some light underneath and then dark on the top. Oh dear, feeling a little bit bunged up today. I don't know quite why, but there we go. Hopefully it'll disappear again quickly. There we go. Right, so that's all coloured in. Now I'm going to use my, get rid of those so they can all go away. For now, get those out of the way over here. And I'm going to use my blender. Now, blending brush, and I'm going to use the bubble bath. And the brush I've got is, I could use a new one, but I don't think there's much coming off here at the moment. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use some of the bubble bath. Hopefully we'll get some ink off here. Yes, there is some ink now. So I'm just going to bring in from the edges of where the dye is, from the outside, and bring it in just to take away some of the whiteness from the card. And by leaving the dye in position now, hopefully when I take it off you'll be able to see that it's left a nice white edge around the side without having to put another layer on top. There we go. There, so I've got a nice pink hue around there on the card. So there we go. So I can put that one away for now, and we can start putting this card together. So I can take this off now. So if I take the tape off, this is just post-it note tape. I found this in Amazon, but I've had some different tapes before now as well, from places like Lidl's or So you can get them in different places. They're not post-it note tape, but they do the same job for this. So that's my die. So you can see now, hopefully, that I've got a nice white border around, and the actual scallops are all white as well, whereas I've got pink, a tinge in the centre. Okay, so that's that. So this is going to go on my card. Just use my bone folder to make sure the crease is nice. And we're going to stick this on with some Tombow. Oops. This will be fine because I've got a small border around the edge anyway, and that will cover it up. So there's my background piece with my little elephants on, and I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. I'm going to put one each corner. Again, like I said, I think you could probably thread ribbon through these holes around the sides, but I'm not going to do that today because I think it would take up a lot of time, and we don't need to worry about that today. So just take, this is the thing with if you're using alcoholic pens to colour with, you don't have to use the stampin' pens, but like I said, if you want to match all your colours together, they're a good thing to have. But if you use it very often, the colour will bleed through to the back. So if you're going to do this onto a card, you wouldn't use blends or alcohol inks on a card that you're going to not have a layer with underneath, because you don't want them to be showing through, probably. You might do, but I wouldn't have thought you would. There we go. So there's my card all done there. I'm going to use some of these, they're called rainbow adhesive backed dots, and they come with the lighter than air, something like that, sweet, I think it's called. I'll check that for you now in a moment. And my screen is upside down, can't be doing with that, so let's check to see if I can. Oops, I'll check it in a moment and let you know. But we'll check now. But they come with, look, I've got Flirty Flamingo or Calypso Coral, I'm not sure. Balmy Blue, I don't know, can't remember what that one is. Lemon Lolly, Azure Afternoon, Pink Bubble Bath. Oh, that could be the Balmy Blue. This is probably Pool Party. And then you've got the Fresh Freesia as well. I'm going to use some of these Bubble Bath, and I'm going to put that over there like that. Yay! And then I'm going to put one up here and one. Whoops. Might as well put it there. It doesn't matter exactly where they go. So that's, let me just see if I can find out what sweet they're called. Oh, I know, I can do it from this. Sweets. Let's have a look what we've got. It's not that one. Oh. Let's have a look. What's new? Mini catalogue. Sorry about this, it won't be a second. So I've got that done. I need to do the inside and my envelope now. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Oh, they're in the new mini catalogue anyway, but it's the one with the balloons, the hot air balloons. If I can find them. They don't want to be found. Trying to go quickly and then you probably go past it. It's going to be the last one in the list by the looks of it. Hot air balloon dies, they are. So the hot air balloon bundle, but they've papers and there's, right, there we go. It's lighter than air sweet collection. So you get the adhesive dots, you get the dies and the stamp set, you get some pretty here we go, these nice little twines as well, and you get the papers as well. They're a lovely set of a nice sweet to be using, but all I'm using at the moment are these dots from here. So there we go. I think that one's okay. So now we're going to put on the inside, and I'm going to use my fresh freezer again for this. Put those out of the way. I don't want those underneath. And I'm going to use Welcome Little One and put that on the inside here. Try not to get any ink anywhere else. And then I'm going to use my elephant and just do a little row of elephants along the bottom. It doesn't matter exactly how many I put. There we go. So those are, that'll tie it all together. I'm also going to put an elephant on the front of my envelope, and I also put one on the little flap as well there. So that's my card and my envelope done. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that today. Again, I think last month I did all watercolouring. This month I'm going to try and use blends to colour with this time. So this is the first one of that series. So we're going to be doing colouring on Wednesdays. Okay, thank you for joining me. If you like what you've seen, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to carry on and watch more of my videos, if you click on the subscribe button and the little bell icon, you'll be notified when I post another video each time. So we've got the blue and the pink. So you could easily do them with a neutral colour, sort of pale green or pale yellow, because we've got the lovely lemon lolly, or you could use lemon lime twist, or you could use parakeet party. You could use lots of the different colours. There's lots of nice colours that are available, but I think these have turned out quite nicely. I hope you like the cards, and if you want the stamp set, you need to spend £45 and you can get it for free. Again, you can choose what you like from either the annual catalogue, the mini catalogue, or the online exclusives, and for every £45 you spend, you can choose an item from the catalogue. There are some that are £45 spends and some that are 90, so if you spend more, you get a choice of more saleabration items. You can either choose 2 of the £45 ones or 1 of the 90. And there are new offerings out this month and were available last month. They often do this when they sort of coming towards the end. They only have a finite amount of stock, so they do tend, if they do think they might be running out of certain things, they do bring on in the second month some different items as well. But this month they're bringing in things that would have been either in the mini catalogue, because the Kidding Around suite, the papers from that, they're in the new saleabration offering. There's a dragonfly punch, which you can get for free. There's quite a lot more now that you can get to choose from. So if there was something, have a little look at what's on offer and see if there's anything there that you fancy. And if there's things that you need to stock up on, you could take advantage of that now and stock up on the items that you want, and then earn free items as well. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.